Count on LEX 18 News.
Right now on Evening Edition, record COVID numbers across the Commonwealth, including Fayette County. How the health department is fighting rising cases and the spread of misinformation. Plus, voters in Georgia will soon determine who controls the Senate. We'll examine why Kentucky's senior senator is impacting runoffs in the Peach State.
Safely spreading Christmas cheer, how volunteers are making spirits bright for one group of seniors in the Bluegrass. Evening Edition starts now.
Good evening, I'm Angie Bevan.
And I'm Larry Smith. Thanks for joining us here on Evening Edition. 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, Kentucky is seeing a record number of COVID-19 cases.
Governor Andy Beshear says the new numbers could be the result of holiday get-togethers, but we're still seeing less impact than in other states. Beshear announced 4,324 new cases today. That was the most Kentucky has seen in a single day. He also reported 28 more deaths. Despite record case numbers, the positivity rate has decreased for 7 straight days. Today, it's at 9.13%. Governor Beshear says there is good news despite that record-setting case report today.
Evening Edition's Catherine Collins joins us now from Frankfort, where the governor says his latest round of restrictions on businesses are working.
The governor says even with over 4,000 new coronavirus cases reported today, Kentucky is still on track to have fewer cases this week than last week. And he says that means growth is slowing, likely because of the restrictions he put in place a few weeks ago on businesses, including bars, restaurants, and gyms. He confirmed that those restrictions will be lifted after Sunday, meaning those businesses can return to previous capacity limits. Governor Beshear has repeatedly called for increased personal responsibility on things like mask wearing when these restrictions are lifted. And he also has a call to action for businesses.
We truly need those businesses where people come together and congregate, where that's part of the business model, to push a lot harder. And it's the difference of stopping the spread of this virus and continuing the spread. And it's the best way that we'll be able to stay at those capacity restrictions that we're going back to.
Bars and restaurants have not been able to offer indoor service during this time. After Sunday, they can return to 50% capacity. In Frankfort, Catherine Collins, Evening Edition.
The battle for Fayette County health officials is twofold: coronavirus itself and the misinformation being spread about the virus. Evening Edition's Michael Burke reports on the day Lexington set a record for confirmed cases.
Lexington's COVID-19 numbers are in from Wednesday, and it is one for the record books.
451 cases.
Thanks in large part to Thanksgiving.
We anticipated this spike coming after Thanksgiving, and that is most likely what's contributing to this.
Can't say we weren't warned, but the health department's message only works for some. Others take their cue from elsewhere. And that's where health officials say their effort is being undercut.
Misinformation, mixed messaging can spread faster than COVID-19, it seems, and it's one of the biggest battles public health faces. People will yell at news media for trying to report our numbers. And these numbers aren't just numbers. These are real people.
451 real people learned yesterday they tested positive for a virus that could make them very sick or have long-term health effects or sicken someone close to them. The social media posts Kevin views about the virus and mask wearing are disheartening, he says, because he felt he knew Kentuckians a little better.
They're some of the most caring people in the United States. So it can be surprising that they're not pitching in, wearing a mask, and trying to protect others. Some of that just comes from the misinformation.
But here's some real information. Lexington's COVID-related hospitalizations have now tripled since the summer. If we keep that up, he says you might not have a bed when you need it most, regardless of the care you may require.
There are plans in place in Lexington that if we do see a shortage of beds, being able to work with surrounding counties.
But that only works if they aren't setting the kind of record Fayette County did on Wednesday. In Lexington, Michael Burke for Evening Edition.
High school athletes who play winter sports can start to practice this Monday. In a vote this morning, the Kentucky High School Athletic Association decided to begin practice on December 14th. Competitions can begin January 4th for basketball, swimming, wrestling, and competitive cheer and dance. The board voted on that schedule over the objections of some board members concerned about growing COVID cases. The board also set the Sweet 16 basketball tournament for March 29th through April 8th.
Voters in Georgia won't find Senator Mitch McConnell's name on the ballot, but he has become a big part of the Senate runoff races there. That's because their votes will determine whether he still controls the Senate. Evening Edition's political reporter Carolina Buchek has the story.
No, you won't see McConnell's name on the ballot, but he's there.
As political ads flood voters in Georgia, it's clear one of the strategies in the Senate runoffs is to make these races about Kentucky senator.
But Loeffler and Perdue aren't really on the ballot. No, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock are really running against Mitch McConnell.
Now, Senator Mitch McConnell's name isn't actually on Georgia's ballot, but his control of the Senate is. If the Democrats win in Georgia, McConnell loses his majority position. And the Democrats on the ballot there are telling voters that if they lose, the Biden administration will have a difficult time getting anything done.
If Mitch McConnell still controls the Senate, he will try to do to Joe and Kamala just like he tried to do to President Obama. It will be obstruction and gridlock and partisanship and government shutdowns. It will be paralysis at a moment of national crisis when we need strong action, when we need direct economic relief for the people.
And political scientists say voters know that this race isn't just about Georgia.
They understand that they shouldn't just focus on their local congressional race, that race has broader implications, especially in the case of the U.S. Senate, where we know that what Georgia decides will make the difference between a unified Democratic government or a divided government that needs to compromise.
But will this strategy work? In Kentucky, millions were spent by Democrats who kept telling voters that McConnell has been in power for too long. And that message didn't work. McConnell won by about 20 points.
Messages that aren't about policy and ideology, messages that are about who's been in power too long or we need a fresh set of faces, those work with very few voters. Most voters are more sophisticated than we give them credit for, and they're more concerned with having leaders who are going to pass policies consistent with their preferences than they are about longevity.
So now it's all in the hands of the voters in Georgia. In Lexington, Carolina Buchek, Evening Edition.
Kentucky's Electoral College will meet this upcoming Monday to cast their votes for president and vice president. Secretary of State Michael Adams hosts the ceremony, and he tweeted a photo this afternoon after they completed a dress rehearsal. As you drive by Preston Green Senior Community on Polo Club Boulevard, you might notice some decorations on the windows and balconies.
The Christmas cheer is all thanks to volunteers. Evening Edition's Jacqueline Nye shares what they're doing to spread some joy this season.
The idea came from a resident who lives here at Preston Green Senior Community.
Since we're dealing with the COVID pandemic, we encourage them to get outside and walk around the property as much as possible to get some fresh air. She said, well, what about decorating the outside of the window so we can enjoy it at night?
So the senior living facility asked for volunteers from the community to help spread Christmas cheer, but in a safe way. While the facility can't allow any visitors inside, it's a special way for people who live here to feel a little more at home.
Not only being inside, but coming outside and seeing all the lights and knowing that, maybe their grandchild came and did it or they had a part in helping. It really just brightens their spirits.
Spreading Christmas cheer, even if it's at a distance. In Lexington, Jacqueline Nye, Evening Edition.
The Salvation Army Angel Tree needs your help for the holidays. So many children are still waiting for someone to make their Christmas wish come true. Arby's is donating $10,000 to help buy toys for these kids, and now they challenge you to make a difference. Go to lex18.com/angeltree, and that's where you'll find how to shop for toys online, what items are needed, even where to drop them off. So be a child's angel today. Well, still to come on Evening Edition, technical difficulties for the National Weather Service could change how people access the agency's websites.
To protect their computer servers and why critics say the changes could put Americans at risk.
Well, no bones about it. Today was just a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, warm temperatures. We've got another round of that warmth coming up, a couple more days. We'll break it down for you when we return.
And the UK women keep rolling. Top 10 team, they are undefeated. And the guys, well, they got to take on Notre Dame this weekend. You had a chance to catch up with Bruiser Flint.
Absolutely. The UK men still trying to find their identity offensively as well as defensively. We talked with him about his arrival to Lexington, Kentucky. He's a new guy. I'm a new guy, but he's actually family because him and Coach Cal go a ways back to UMass.
Yes, yeah, absolutely they do. We're going to have much more on that. Plus Jack Goose-Givens coming up tonight, BBN tonight, 7:30.
Huge savings this weekend at Ashley Home Store. Friday through Monday only. Save 20% off store-wide. Plus, get 24 months no interest with no money down. That's 20% off your entire purchase. Plus, take 2 years to pay. This weekend only at Ashley Home Store.
Hey, Lexington. It's time we start looking toward the future. It's amazing what our community has done so far. So let's keep all that goodness going.
Here's how you can help. Try to order takeout or have food delivered at least once a week. Book a hotel room and get out of the house for a night or two. Go shopping and support local retail and attractions.
It's going to take all of us. So let's do this for Lexington 2021.
Come on. Let's go.
Come on. Let's go in.
Toyotathon is on. 'Tis the season for great year-end deals.
Lease the all-new Venza all-wheel drive hybrid for $279 a month. Get $1,500 customer cash on any new 21 Highlander. Or lease this Highlander L for $269 a month.
Don't miss out. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
After a busy morning, this new DQ breakfast bowl lets me take a moment all to myself. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize you, DQ Breakfast Bowl. Somehow you fit all my breakfast favorites all in one convenient bowl. Warm, fluffy eggs, hash browns, sausage, cheese, and grilled onions, nestled in a hearty bowl topped with my choice of savory gravy or zesty salsa. We should all be so selfless and delicious.
Save big this weekend at Ashley Home Store. For 4 days only, save 20% off store-wide. Plus, get 24 months no interest with no money down. Or get 0% financing for 4 years with no minimum purchase and no money down at Ashley Home Store.
BBN Tonight, presented locally by CHI St. Joseph Health.
Another beautiful day for us. In December, we should see high temperatures in the mid-40s. We've been about 15 degrees warmer than that, and we still have another day where we're going to see temperatures back up into the 60s. We did reach a high of 60 degrees today in Lexington at the Bluegrass Airport. Some locations in southern Kentucky got up closer to 70 degrees today, like Monticello 68, I believe, over around Bowling Green, and points further west even did actually make it up to about 70 degrees. Bowling Green about 68. 63 in London, Somerset, and 63 degrees also was the high temperature today in Williamsburg. Right now, we're seeing those numbers dropping back down into the low 50s. We actually don't have frigid air returning tonight. We still have that southeast flow of wind. Right now, the winds are around 6 miles per hour. We'll see those picking up through the day tomorrow. But overall, a calm night ahead. That's going to be perfect for the Aurora Borealis. We'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. High pressure system is keeping us mainly cloud-free coming up tonight. That means we're going to start off with a lot of sunshine, but eventually more clouds will begin to work their way back into the bluegrass because we're tracking another low pressure system. And that will be setting us up for some rain as we head into the weekend. So again, starting off with sunshine. See the wind arrows? You can probably barely see those. They kind of get lost in the terrain there. But we do have some wind that is expected to pick up to maybe 20, 25 miles per hour tomorrow out of the south. So it's not going to be a cold wind. It's going to be a warm one. And then eventually that warm front will continue to push our numbers up tomorrow. Again, low 60s for Lexington, mid and upper 60s potential for southern Kentucky. The edge of that cold front, that line of rain will be heading our direction. You can see it kind of falls apart as it moves into Kentucky. This is definitely not going to be a washout and not going to be an all-day rain for us on Saturday. A good chunk of that rain actually kind of shifts up to the north, and even Tennessee, mid-Tennessee, actually picking up quite a bit of rain from this as well. Most of the rain looks like it's going to be staying on the north side of the Ohio River, but as we push into into the afternoon, couple of broken line of showers, maybe some more moderate rain at times could be the case, but we're not expecting any thunderstorms. And then after that, the rain pretty much leaves pretty quickly, leaving us with a little bit of cloud cover remaining for Sunday. But the temperatures will be great coming up, especially for tomorrow and Saturday. Eventually, it comes to an end as we start to see those blue colors taking back over. Keep in mind, normal highs should be in mid-40s, so we'll be pushing back down maybe even slightly below that as we move into early next week, where the temperatures kind of sit between the upper 30s and the low 40s. For tonight, not bad, 40 degrees for your overnight low temperature. Remember to head outside, grab a coat as you do, and look north toward the horizon. It is possible we have a small chance where you could see the northern lights, the aurora borealis. We've had a solar storm, so that's going to send some of that energy, especially into Canada. That's where your best visibility is going to be. But that line where it says visible on the horizon cuts Kentucky right in half. So there's a good chance that you could see at least a little flicker or a faint light, maybe a light red or green glow to the sky. Interesting nonetheless. Tomorrow morning, waking up to temperatures in the low 40s, we'll work our way through the 50s with increasing cloud cover, the rain on Saturday, and the much cooler air returns into next week with highs in the upper 30s and low 40s.
Thank you. Coming up next on Evening Edition, remote learning presents new challenges for many families who have been forced to adapt for their kids.
We'll show you how one family is working to manage the pressure with half a dozen kids all under the same roof.
Celebrate Broadway with host Tina Fey. One big night. All the stars. For one night only. Broadway is back.
There's a new mayor coming to NBC Comedy Thursday.
You do realize I'm lost, right?
New job. Yeah. Same Ted.
I hate this gross mayor house!
Your wife makes a point.
She's my teenage daughter. Mr. Mayor, January 7th on NBC.
The chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. Introducing Zaxby's new signature sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split-top bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's.
Whatever you do, don't miss the year-end sell-a-thon at P-Rats. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. And with same as cash till 2023 and no money down, it's a cash-free Christmas. Build an America Whirlpool top-load washer. Don't pay $8.99, just $6.79 and in stock. Buy this sofa and love seat for just $12.99 and get the matching accent chair free. Get a free power base upgrade with any $4.99 or more queen sets. Like this Serta memory foam, just $4.99 with free power base upgrade.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
Spend your money on holiday gifts, since you don't have to pay for your new Toyota till February. Right now at Toyota on Nicholasville, buy any new Toyota and make no payments till February 2021. New Corollas are just $115 a month, or get year-end clearance savings up to $7,300. 0% financing is available for 60 months. And remember, no payments till February. Hurry to
Toyota on Nicholasville, where price sells cars.
All right, soldiers, they think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming, because today we're going big.
Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's. Get your Storm Tracker forecast on WVLK-FM 92.9, Lexington's new country leader, playing the most and best new country music in Central Kentucky.
LEX 18 wants to help you rebound from the effects of the pandemic. That might include ideas to pay the bills, help charities in need, and manage the pressure of the pandemic.
Many schools across the country are feeling that pressure as they move to remote learning amid record-breaking COVID cases. Families are also dealing with the added stress of that at-home learning.
In the rebound, Alexis Liaco introduces us to one family with 6 children who are getting ready for a winter all together at home.
It's time for music!
The Robinsons' home is now a cafeteria.
How many do you want?
152.
A classroom.
And I don't even know where London went.
And a gym.
Hand down to the side.
The family's 6 children are in 5 different grade levels, spanning from kindergarten to high school.
1.
At the beginning of the school year,
Mom,
Some of the kids did in-person learning for part of the week.
I was very grateful when they were able to go to school.
But with COVID-19 cases spiking this winter, all 6 are indefinitely back to remote learning.
Your thing isn't working?
The decision dropped a heavy weight on mom Alexi Robinson.
I was like, close the restaurants, close the malls, close everything. Just please, let's keep the kids in school, because it's just so hard. It's so hard and so frustrating that I just want to just break down and cry.
Robinson and her husband both work full-time to support their family.
I leave before they're awake. My husband's gone sun up to sundown every day.
Robinson says her older kids have been taking on the teaching role while she and her husband aren't home.
How long's your break?
I couldn't do it without him. But then I don't want them to suffer either. They get reprimanded by their teachers, you know, if they're late or if they're, you know, leave for a second. So it's hard.
Riker, a freshman in high school, and Hallie, a 6th grader, say they're struggling in their own classes just to help their siblings.
You just can't focus. Like sometimes you're on remote by yourself and you still can't focus.
Right.
But, you know, when there's kids around, it's noisy. They're like, hey, can you answer this question? It's just hard, you know. Just got to understand it's really hard.
They say being both a teacher and a student is taking a serious mental toll.
Because they're so little, like, they don't understand when we need to work.
I'm used to being kind of like the oldest, the babysitter and everything, but this is like a whole nother level of just like stress.
It's especially tough because the 2 youngest children are in special education for speech therapy.
I think it's harder for them, you know, to stay caught up without that extra, you know, help with the live teachers and stuff, so they all could potentially fall behind.
Put your ruler away, please.
Falling behind is a concern for many families across the country.
And you sure that's today, not tomorrow?
Teachers like Lindsay Datko are fighting to help.
Got it. Ow.
If they miss those developmental windows, it will take them years to overcome habits that were poorly formed for the average student. So we will see the effects of this for years to come if we don't act now.
Datko is tutoring students doing remote learning.
Sorry, look at your spelling. You did so good.
And has been working with local leaders for months to give families a chance to choose whether in-person or remote learning works best for their students.
The whole spectrum is struggling, and we can do something. We are pushing for the choice.
The Robinsons are hoping the new year will bring them the choice to send their children to school.
I know that they do a lot better in school. I hope that we can get through it.
Because they're not sure how much longer this homegrown classroom can last.
Just a minute, sweetheart. Mom's trying to figure it out.
I'm Alexa Liacco.
Remember, you can find more on this along with other Rebound Kentucky stories and resources anytime at lex18.com/rebound. When Evening Edition returns, a sleepover at one of the most famous toy stories in the world. Sounds like a dream.
Yeah, it does, and it could become a reality for one lucky family. How FAO Schwartz is spreading some Christmas cheer in the Big Apple.
Tonight, the UK women remain undefeated after a big win last night.
And we're talking with Bruiser Flint.
BBN Tonight, presented locally by CHI St. Joseph Health. Here's what's on LEX 18 tonight, sponsored by your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers. Chevy is here to help put you in a new Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Chevy is here for you.
All of you will find something special at All of You Boutique in Richmond. No matter your age or shape, you will find top designer brands for every occasion and any style. The store is stocked full of unique gifts and accessories. Shop local this holiday season at All of You Boutique in Richmond.
Let's get to it, America. Because joy doesn't just happen. You make it happen. And during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event, we're helping you make even more joy. Come get the best deals of the season with offers on select Ford SUVs and Ford Fusion. Everything you need to make the holidays brighter than ever. That's how we're making joy this season. How will you? Now get $3,000 total cash plus an additional $2,000 to Trade Assist cash or 0 for $60 plus $2,000 Trade Assist cash on 2020 Ford Escape.
This weekend only, save big at Lexington Overstock Warehouse during our year-end clearance event. Get huge markdowns on all remaining inventory, like this family room sectional with pillows, just $8.98. Go to LexingtonOverstockWarehouse.com for more details.
At ADA Heating and Air, we are honored that you choose us every day for your HVAC needs. We proudly install American-built, American Standard products at the best possible prices. ADA and American Standard, built to a higher standard.
ADA's on the way.
Every day starts with sunrise.
So we want to start your day off the right way.
With positive stories, news you can really use, and a forecast that gets you ready for any kind of Kentucky weather.
LEX 18 News at sunrise, 4:30 to 7 a.m.
Celebrate Broadway with host Tina Fey. One big night. All the stars. For one night only, Broadway is back. There's a new mayor coming to NBC Comedy Thursday.
You do realize I'm lost, right?
New job. Yeah. Same Ted.
I hate this gross mayor house!
Your wife makes a point.
She's my teenage daughter. Mr. Mayor, January 7th on NBC.
This portion of LEX 18 News is brought to you by Kentucky Bank.
The National Weather Service could limit the amount of information it releases to protect the agency's computer servers.
The National Weather Service admits its servers can crash in times of high traffic. One proposal is to limit access to 60 users per minute. Those limitations would apply to sites that provide weather warnings, forecasts, and air quality information. Critics argue the delay could hurt the accuracy of forecasts and warnings, putting lives at risk in severe weather situations. Well, humans build a lot of stuff, and that stuff now weighs more than all remaining living things on Earth. A new study published in the journal Nature considers built stuff as things like roads, cars, and buildings. Scientists from Israel's Weizmann Institute of Science estimate that the weight of it all is more than 1 trillion tons. Researchers did not include waste into the weight of human-made stuff. The study shows if they had included human-made weight would have passed natural weight back in 2013.
LeBron James is Time Magazine's 2020 Athlete of the Year. The publication recognized the soon-to-be 36-year-old basketball star for achievements on and off the court. James led the LA Lakers to a record-tying 17th NBA championship title this year. It was his 4th NBA title and his 4th Finals MVP award. James has also been one of sports' leading voices in speaking out against racial injustice and police brutality. In addition, he promoted voter registration before last month's election. Time Magazine will reveal its Person of the Year in an hour-long special tonight at 10. That's right here on LEX 18. Imagine spending a night inside one of the most iconic toy stores in the world. FAO Schwartz teaming up with Airbnb to give a family of 4 the chance to spend the night inside the store for just $25. Now, due to the pandemic, only one New York family can spend the night on December 21st. A real FAO Schwartz toy soldier, masked and socially distanced, will be their host. The experience also includes a shopping spree, building your own remote control car, and a music lesson on the iconic giant dance-on piano.
Pretty remarkable. Let's take a look at what's in the works tonight for LEX 18 News at 11. It is the first night of Hanukkah, and the pandemic means changes for people who celebrate. We'll show you how tonight on LEX 18 News at 11. Evening Edition is back after this.
At Greenbox Heating and Air, we offer any payment option that fits your HVAC needs.
Really? How about no payments for an entire year?
We have that.
What about 0% interest for 60 months?
We got that.
Lowest monthly payments possible?
Yes.
I'm down with that. Oh, I got it. Can I pay it off early without any penalty?
We got you.
Yes.
Install today, and you'll get a UV light installed for free. For a limited time, no payments for 24 months.
Get away to Wilderness Trail Distillery in Danville. Learn how bourbon is made and taste what makes Wilderness Trail truly unique. Take a 1-hour tour Tuesday through Saturday. Remember to bring a mask as we maintain a social distance while having fun. Visit wilderness trail distillery.com.
2020 has been a year like no other.
During this holiday season, we want to thank you for your continued loyalty. At Kroger, our purpose is to feed the human spirit. And as America's grocer, we have served our local communities for over 90 years.
We appreciate your patience.
We thank you for your kindness.
We're here for you during the holidays.
With full shelves.
And friendly faces.
From our family to yours,
Happy holidays.
Think you have the best holiday lights in the Bluegrass? Then post a video or photos of your display to LEX18's Facebook page. You could be featured on Best of the Bluegrass at 12:30. Sponsored by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Bill Mack.
And I'm Olivia Mack.
And our family, we just love the holidays.
Because it means giving to the Salvation Army Red Kettle.
You know, it really doesn't matter if it's a few dollars or a few quarters. It all makes a difference. And it feels good to give where it's needed the most.
Well, I just gave $50 by using my phone, and I feel great. Thanks, Dad.
Kids.
Okay, Boomer.
It's change for the better. Donate to the Salvation Army Red Kettle using Apple Pay or Google Pay.
Hey, is this a Bitcoin?
Thanks for watching LEX 18 News Evening Edition.
We'll see you back here at 11.
LEX 18, it's about time we fit into your schedule. Streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.